Android 18 is here.
iOS.
iOS 18 is here, and this is probably the biggest iOS update since what? iOS 7 back in 2013. And that's because this brings some big changes and some industry first features. This is Rupesh, time to subscribe to Sillycorns and time to check out the new iOS 18 update. Okay, so starting off, you know how iPhone fans always talk about the ecosystem and Android fans counter them by saying, hey, customization, bro. Well, iOS 18 is giving it back to the Android fans by copying Android. See, there's finally home screen customization in iOS 18. You can finally put icons where you want to and leave space to see your wallpaper. What a game changer. And that's not all. I wasn't expecting Apple to copy Google's Material You theming, but they did. So you get this new customize button here that brings up this panel, and this darkens the wallpapers. This option darkens the icons, the widgets. There's also a tinted option which basically takes colors from the wallpaper and adds them to the icons and widgets. Yeah, where have we seen this before? You can even customize the color from here, even pick a specific color from the wallpaper. Yeah, looks a bit tacky to me, like one of those bad themes on the theme stores. But hey, this works with third-party apps already, when themed icons on Android still does not support a lot of third-party apps, even after all these years. Damn it, Google.
I love you guys too.
Anyway, you can now also increase the icon size by one level and remove the labels. You can also add widgets from right here through these app shortcuts, and some widgets are even resizable like this. I know, all very familiar, but jokes apart, these are very good changes for iPhone users. Next up, HyperOS, Moto Hello UI. Apple just dropped the new control center in iOS 18, and you know what to do.
Hey.
See, this is what the new control center looks like, and it's actually got 3 pages to it. One for all these controls, one for media playing, and one for all these important toggles. And the coolest part, you can do one continuous swipe to switch between them. Yep, it's pretty smooth, and there's a lot more to this new control center. It now has a power off button, still no restart though. You can hit this plus button or press hold here, and now you can increase the size of any controls, move them around like this. You can also finally add a lot more controls from right here, and yeah, there's way more options. Best part, third-party apps will be able to add their controls here, so this is going to get a whole lot more useful. I mean, there's already an option to open apps from here using Siri shortcuts. And by the way, you can add multiple customizable pages to the control center. Yeah, you want to know what happens if you keep adding pages, right? Yeah, I want to know too, so I kept doing this, and that's it. I counted the pages, 15. Yeah, this is basically control center on steroids. You know, Android makers, you know what to do. Also, this new controls gallery that includes all the controls is also available on the lock screen, so you can finally change these left and right shortcuts to anything you want. And not just the lock screen, this new control page makes the action button way more useful. Yeah, you can set the action button to any of these controls, and it now supports shortcuts too. Moving on, iOS 18 has a lot more subtle changes that Apple did not talk about on stage, but you know what? This is the most interesting part. First of all, it's a new iOS version, so you get the new iOS 18 wallpapers, and these look nice, definitely better than those new Pride wallpapers. I also noticed new animations when pressing the volume keys, or when using the action button, or even when holding the power button. Yeah, this is actually cool, very Apple-like. Even the torch animation in the control center is new and so much fun. The Face ID animation on the dynamic island is also more minimal at times, and the settings page is now not an endless scroll anymore. You get the apps in a different page now, and this is where you endlessly scroll now. Also, every settings page now has this banner of sorts on the top describing things, and there are a couple of new options too. For example, the iCloud page is completely revamped, looks more organized. The battery health now says normal, no more peak performance and stuff. You can also set the charge limit between 80 and 100%. Another new Android feature in iOS 18 is the ability to lock apps, and if you're an iPhone user, you'd love how simply this works. I mean, all you have to do is just press hold on an app in the home screen and tap on Require Face ID, and that's it, done. There's also the new option to hide the app, and this blocks notifications from the app, and you can access these via the hidden folder in the app library, which is not very hidden. I mean, how about an option to hide this hidden folder, Apple? Fun fact, iOS 18 brings the ability to lock apps before stock Android did. Let that sink in. Damn it, Google. Another privacy feature that arrives on iOS 18 is the ability to give apps permission to only selected contacts, just like photos, and it's pretty useful. iOS 18 also brings major updates to a lot of apps in iOS, and some apps bring features that we have been wanting for years now. So first up, and this is a big one, the phone app finally finally has T9 dialing, so I can just do this to find a contact real quick and make a call. The phone app is also finally getting call recording, yes, with an announcement or a beep, and you'll also get transcriptions. It's not here in the first beta, but I'm really hoping we get this in India. iOS 18 also brings a new game mode that minimizes background activity to maximize frame rates, and it's supposed to improve latency with AirPods and work better with controllers. Yeah, I would have liked more options in control, maybe an option to see FPS, but one step at a time. The Photos app is brand new. There's no more multiple pages. You only get these tabs in the bottom, and you can filter photos now. You can finally hide screenshots from the photo grid. And when you swipe up, you get all these categories like photos from recent days, people and pets, pinned collections, memories, trips, and more. I also like the wallpaper suggested photos, and I also like how it shows you this video preview for, say, your trips. And all of these albums show you the photos and videos in nice collages, and you can view your trips and memories in this movie mode, which is genuinely very cool. Messages gets a lot of new features. You now have text formatting options here, but it's these text effects that are way more fun, and I like how easy it is to use. Select a text and just add the effect. You now also have more options in tab back. Basically, you can use any emoji now like this. Now, one big feature is the ability to schedule messages, so no more missing birthdays. There's also messaging via satellite in case of emergencies, but I'm not expecting it to arrive in India soon. And by the way, this is the update that will bring RCS to iOS. It's not live yet, still says SMS, but it'll still have the green bubbles, and I'm not sure effects like these will work with Android. I mean, it's Apple. Now, one app that's been getting all the hype, all the limelight at WWDC is the Calculator app on iPad, but the iOS Calculator app has also been updated with the same features. First of all, it now has history support, which is very useful, and it has this super impressive math notes feature and works here as well. Not as fun as on the big screen iPad, but hey, works. There's also a brand new passwords app here, which is your one place for all passwords, passkeys, Wi-Fi passwords, and this is very useful because you can use this to share your passwords with your family very easily. iOS 18 also brings one crazy feature to iPhones, and that's eye tracking, which basically lets you control your iPhone with your eyes. They're very similar to the feature on the Apple Vision Pro, but I don't know why it does not work with me. Now, there's obviously a lot more to iOS 18 that's not here in the first beta, and at the center of it all is AI. Not the AI you and I know, it's Apple Intelligence.
Whoa.
I mean, this is supposed to power the new Siri, which has a new look, new animation, and a lot of features, including support for ChatGPT coming. And AI, I mean, Apple Intelligence, will also bring priority notifications, will not fix all the problems I have with iOS notifications, but yeah, there's also features like Genmoji, which seem a lot of fun. Image Playground is cool too, but yeah, cool features are coming. See, the point is when iOS 18 finally releases in stable form in October, it's going to be a lot more packed. I mean, Apple is clearly catching up still in terms of AI, but even without Apple Intelligence or the new Siri, this is still a big update. I know Android fans might scoff at this new update, but iPhone users have been wanting things like App Lock, T9 dialing, icon freedom, a game mode since a long time now, so I think this is a good update to iOS. But I want to know from you, what do you guys think of Android 18? Comment down below and subscribe to Sillycorns if you haven't yet. Hit that bell icon, and thanks for watching.